EXtans en here.
Look at the nesticles on this guy.
I'm trying to eat, and you guys are going absolutely crazy. The stream hasn't technically started, but what the fuck, guys?
ドキドキ捕まえてときめきくにえ、ラブビームで今日の運勢は急上昇。君と掴み取る一等賞。まだ見ぬ世界へ。とびっきりな笑顔で決めるよほら B サイン世界の全部くんと侵略。歴史を作るスター。我ら完全無敵のアイドル。
Holy moly. Tadanu, do not send TTSs that are that long. This is the second time an overly long Japanese text-to-speech message has happened. And if this keeps happening, I will remove it. Just saying. But thanks for the bit. Congratulations, Taters, for being first. Cat cam jump. Oh yeah, the cat cam did jump. Fucking hell. I need to scroll up, you guys. Look at the nesticles on this guy. What does that mean? What did he mean by this? Also, the holy grail of messages, Yukino setting me up for... She's freaking... Tater says, Erste? Erster? I hardly know! Freaking... It is what it is. Let's go at... Oh! There they are again! In that context, you would say, Erster, I hardly know her! This guy, right? Right? Look at this guy! That's not a guy, this is sex. Everybody say hello, sex. This is sex. If you don't think this is sex, then you've never had sex. Wait. I don't have her yet. I don't have sex! No! It's fine. Let's get wife back for now. Everybody say I had a wife. Because
I sex.
I said no! Don't sex the wife! Okay, understandable. Have a great day. Hi, wife. Hello, you too. So, I have not checked the event yet. We're gonna see what we're in for. No fancy graphic, just this. And the hands, where the epiphyllums bloom and the mist slowly rolls in. And in the bloody castle brews a conspiracy that could destroy everything. Well, looks like I'm picking up Germanese again. Good luck. Next you're gonna pick up Italian and revive the Axis powers. Diner Gate jump? Okay, fuck yeah, let's do the Diner Gate minigame. Yeah! How long can I go with doing nothing? How high can I get? Okay, that's about as high as I can go. So apparently this minigame is based off a pre-existing mobile game. I do not know what that mobile game is, but we're gonna go for a score. We are already distracted. Bonk! Extra points for doing that. Spring shoes! Boing! 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 Dang! If you need hat practice, you can help. You're good at German. You speak German! You are German! That's cheating! That's not necessarily cheating per se, it's just... Of course, it is very baseball-ha of you to be able to speak German. because you're German. That's just how it works. I'd be concerned if you could not speak German. I've heard you speak German before. I have no clue what you're saying. But it sounds pretty German if you ask me. I like how people think I'm really good at Japanese, only because I make it sound like I know what I'm saying. I'm not actually that great at Japanese. That doesn't stop me from getting Nihongo Jozu'd all the time. Oh no, disappearing platforms. What do you mean skill issue, this guy? You're the one guy. You're one of the only. You are one of many people that could skill issue me on that in particular. This guy. This guy. We live in a society where there are people in the world. Right, this goes forever, doesn't it? Hey, yo, I get a weapon? Cool. I press space to attack. I think I shoot, but I only get 5 shots. And I need to jump off that guy. That's why I didn't shoot there. In many ways similar to Rush. I had to hold your fire. Oh, I missed that. It's fine. Keep it burning bright. Oh, wait, shit. Shit. Uh-oh. I don't know what I could have done differently there, but that's fine. There's a lot of Germans who do not speak German, just like there's a lot of Americans that don't speak American. The illiteracy rate in this country is higher than I'd like it to be. Oh, hey! I managed to do all 3 of these on accident. Cool. Let's look at what we're gambling for today. Hello, whoa. All right, she has a rapier whip. How did you go from there to here in 1 frame? Excuse me. Also, what is your weapon? Twilight Rose. Let's see what this does. Doomsday Judgment. When allied units deal electric or melee damage, crit damage is increased by 10%, and damage dealt is increased by 10%. Oh shit, this is really good. I might as well put her on my electric team, because that's gonna stack with all the crazy electric shenanigans that I get up to. I kinda want this. We'll gamble later. Let's see. I want to wonder if you're allowed to take a foreign language class at university if you already do speak the language fluently. I don't see why not, because you're paying money and you probably just need the credits. It's more efficient to just test out of the class by like taking the class's final immediately and whizzing it. But I'm sure a college is not going to say no to free money. At least not an American one. They're all about siphoning as much money as you can out of whatever the fuck. Speaking of whatever the fuck, hello. Hello, we're getting this. We are getting this outfit. Oh my god. Oh my god. I need this. I need this. I need this. I almost said, you know what? I'm gonna fucking say it. This is like the kind of maid outfit that isn't a traditional maid. This is like a, I don't want to say steampunk, but like more non-standard kind of maid outfit. This is like freaking, I don't know how to explain it. But I like this. This is nice. Let's look at the accessories. There's the regular headband. Oh, there's the frilly headband. Oh, I like this headband. This is that. Oh, do the thing. Do the thing. You won't do the thing. I hate you. Okay. And then there's the goth headband. Let's put on the frilly headband. And then chest. I don't really care for chest. All of these suck. Let's stick to the default one. Legs. There's this, a different texture, and a plain text. What's the difference? It's all this. This is fine. I still need it. But it's alright. Knife head takes priority. Knife head's pretty good. I feel new to summon today. No, that's okay. We're gonna do what the heck is this? Lotus Rendezvous gift box. No matter how long you've separated, love will find a way. In the moment of reunion, 1 year or 10 years are nothing more than a fleeting instant. Picturesque Paysage can be given as a gift to a specific doll in exchange for a customized wall decoration. Okay, that's cool. I don't need it. Also, this is slightly disturbing. They're talking about I've always loved you. You have always held, like, negative neutral feelings to the commander until you lost all of your memories. This is, that's not how it works. This is like the Act 1 main villain losing their memories in Act 2 and falling in love with the hero. Which, I know that has happened, but we get 10 of them. But we have to pay money. You know what? Let's not pay money. How about that? I just looked at that. Let's not do that. Sex trial. Let us trial sex. If we don't like it, we can just return it for a refund. That's how it works, right? See, look at that. She explodes and then like the immediate frame afterwards. That's all right. Let's see what sex does. Oh my gosh, she's literally a sex doll. I fucking can't with this. This is... Okay. Are these all? What, you want me to turn up the difficulty for you? Yes. No. I'll just test myself on them then. She does have a very soothing, dark voice. Wait, Ja, you can do that?
I chose to lose my virginity to a woman with autism.
Nice.
I wanted my first time to be special.
I hate you. I don't know if my ex from college had autism or not. I know she was definitely not entirely there. She was, like, no shame on her, but she was not the sharpest hammer in the shed. Like, it's whatever. Sex is a support class doll with powerful melee follow-up attack abilities. She can transfer overthrow critical rate to her other stats, and she can also buff her teammates, increasing yo, so you want to get over crit. Okay. Hammer? I'm drinking my tea. He dated a VTuber before they were cool. She was actually an artist, but same thing. Not the brightest Kraton in the shed? Correct. Sanctuary Lodge. Deals AoE melee to all enemy targets in an area in front of sex, and applies sex special mark Blood Kiss. I'm not making that joke. The damage multiplier is increased based on the number of enemy targets Rigor Sanguis stack. Who comes up with these? Allied units within the area recover HP. Oh. Ayo? So she's a healer? I hardly know her? You are not replacing wife. After the skill resolves, sex gains extra movement and can use the active skill death.
Are girls in the front line, Sam?
We are inspecting sex on the front line. You came just in time for sex. Rigor Sanguis. Thanks for the sub. Damn,
Speaking of knowledge, apparently the cases of children choking on small part objects have been on the rise lately.
Like Legos?
I read something about a poor girl who suffered damage to her vocal cords after swallowing a pony figure.
Oh no.
You would think her voice would be a little
way
hoarse,
too many slashes,
but no,
dude.
it was nasally.
Nasally. I like how the text-to-speech actually got that. GG. GG, man. So if her excess crit is greater than 100%, it gets converted to extra damage, healing, and crit. Oh, so get over crit.
What do you call an anorexic
Oh my god, you already
girl
did your
with a
jokes
yeast
today.
infection?
Yeast?
A quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh my god. My guy, please! Bonus joke because I can only tell it here? Who says? Who says you can only tell that here? Bruh! Death Knell. Her second ability. Wow, we're already on her second ability. Deals AoE. So she, with a sword, she does AoE attacks. Okay, AoE electric to all enemy targets in the area in front of sex and generates voltage. Nice. The damage multiplier is increased based on the number of Rigor Sanguis stacks. Allied units in the area are healed and have debuffs cleansed. Very cool. If an enemy target has period blood, deals additional melee electric damage after the skill. Gains Rigor Sanguis and removes the target's period blood. Gains an additional Rigor Sanguis stacks based on the target's grade. Oh, normal, elite, and boss. So this is gonna be good against bosses. As what? Motherfucker can't read? Fine, I'll read it for you. Midnight Vespers. Selects a tile and lands on it. Deals AoE melee electric damage to all enemies in the path and applies period blood to them and generates voltage tiles on the skill. The damage multiplier is increased based on the number of Rigor Sanguis stacks. Before the skill takes place, effect applies lacerating wound. How many more abilities does she have? To all enemy targets in the air. Wait, is this the same ability as Angry Chinese CZ75? And applies Amaranth Bruh. to allied units on the battlefield, which increases stability damage dealt and ignores parts of the target stability index. When dealing electric or melee, damage dealt is increased by the number of blood hunt stacks that Sex possesses. After the skill, Sex gains extra movement and can use Death Knell. Okay, so she can go multiple times after her ult. Her passive, my god, there's so much! Damage dealt by all melee dolls is increased, mobility of all electric is increased. Okay, that's good. So she's a must-have on electric teams. That's what I'm getting. When enemy units die or suffer stability breaks, Sex gains Rigorous Sanguis. This gains extra stacks depending on their grade. Allied units perform blade attacks. Sex consumes infectants and performs Sanguine Emblem. Okay, so she also goes good with melee teams. Paragraphs Frontline 2, more like Yu-Gi-Oh! 2. At the start of the turn, if Sex's Confectants index is not full, she recovers all Confectants and applies Carmine Emblem to all enemy units that ended on an electric tile, which increases melee. So she's good on melee teams, she's good on electric teams. Okay. Applies Carmine Emblem to multiple enemies across the battlefield or electric tile, dealing melee electric damage. Damage multipliers increase by... I get the gist. This is fine. Oh, they give us a electric melee team to work with. Let me make sure animations are on because I turned them off on mobile. This is like the only setting that transfers between mobile and PC. But let's go all see who on these diner gates. As Faytusia, I hardly know Faytusia, Knife Head Faytusia. Why didn't I just call her Knife Head? This is fine. Oh, here she goes. She doesn't... Oh, so her ability allows her to move and she gets to go again. So she's electric Ulrid. That's pretty good. Okay. Go, Faytusia. I auto this game so much, I kinda don't know how to use the dolls. I will always read your name as Fatty USA. You would want the Fatty USA, which is literally this entire country. Honestly, man, you lucked out. For the finish you have, you picked the right country to live in. I'm just saying. Let's do the event. Let's see what we got. Forbidden... What's Castle Echoes? Oh, that's the rewards. Forbidden Collapse Zone is the shot... Ooh! That's pretty. That's pretty, I like that. When the day of baptism arrives, even the grass will crave the taste of freshly spilled blood. Okay, I just thought of freaking... The Book of Mormon. He will baptize me. Sex? Yes, sex! You know what? Let us pull for sex! Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like sex, because I'm gonna try to get some. We did not get some, but it's fine. Maybe later. This is fine. Maybe we could get something else out of this. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Well, at least we got the lame version of this. Aw, dang it. Okay. Aw, dang it. We got... I mean, to some people, this is sex. But not for me. This is okay. She looks like the kind of girl that I take on a dinner date only because I can't understand her. But I don't have to worry about feeling bad for not understanding her. Yes, I would take Nemesis out on a dinner date. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Okay, this is fine. It took you 60 pulls to get the blue version? Bruh. Well, I got it immediately. Tap and run kind of girl. Wait, sex or Nemesis? By the way, the banners for this event are all the sword dolls. We got sex, we got forehead sex, and we have wife sex. Saber sex, even. I haven't seen this animation since the game came out. Shit. Yeah, this is pretty good. Very cool. Okay, let's do the event. Let's do the event. I'm afraid of taking Sabrina on a date. The bill would be exorbitantly expensive. Yes, it would. Because, motherfucker, you'd be responsible for half of it. How long is the event? Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna try to get everything done in a not too... Wait, I have 3 weeks to do this. This is fine. This is fine. Let's... Chaos! Oh my god, it's that Final Fantasy game with the one-dimensional protagonist that's like needs to kill We have to kill Sex on the first level? An unknown secret hides within a ruined body. She was born amidst the chaos. Chaos! The world revolving. I hate chaos, yo! Who is calling me? Ooh, it's Helena! You're... Helena? No. You're not 043. Who are you? So there is one who hears my voice still. Hey yo, is she in freaking Nirvana land? The world revolves around Sabrina due to her gravitational pull. If you are good enough at math, the world can revolve around you thanks to the way like non-stationary datums work. It's a part of astrophysics and orbital mechanics.
Sugar comes from a plant.
Plant?
Chocolate comes from a plant.
Nice.
A cookie is a salad.
Just like how a coffee is a 3-bean soup or some shit like that. I don't know. No, I exist no more. So why? What do you mean? Yo, she's literally me. She doesn't exist. I don't exist. Take your meds and I go away. Your eyes have beheld, through them I've seen. So that is how it has come to be. Yes, the one who pulls the thread of fate stands by your side. I'm beside myself. Hey yo, Mei Ling pulls the thread of fate. She can pull my thread as I walk away. Watch me unravel. I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor. I've come undone. Are you ready for Weezer? I hardly know her. Of course. I'm ready to start up the scan program at any time. Great. Alright, Time out. Hold up. This is not how she looked the last time we saw her. This means that in the time that we salvaged her and stowed her away, we gave her a new outfit. She didn't come like this. We had to give this to her. This is my fault. And honestly, if I found an unconscious girl that just so happened to be my nemesis, but she lost all her memories, I'd probably give her a new outfit in her sleep too. Except it wouldn't be this. It'd be a white dress with a pretty hat. Not to say this hat isn't pretty. This hat's pretty sick, not gonna lie. I like this. I toss a cookie? What did he mean by this? Sex! Please follow Mei Ling's instructions as they come. At the side, Sex has been staring at my form in silence, unmoving as a statue. Upon hearing my instructions, she heeds with a nod, putting what I nearly thought to be a rigid stone into motion. In she goes, to the repair pod that Mei Ling designated. Usually if I see Sex, I delete my cookies. I haven't deleted my cookies in weeks. Shit. It's just annoying to have to log back into the few sites I have to log into. He doesn't know? Oh, salad tosser. I hardly know her. I getcha. My bad. Listen, I actually had to do my job today, okay? Relax. We're doing regular data backup and around a routine maintenance. We'll be done before you know it. I should delete your fucking everything? Yo, the reason I don't need to delete my everything is because I live alone. And if you want to rifle through all of my files and stuff, then first of all, you're an asshole with no respect for privacy. And say, hi, it's Ness, how's it going? Rabbi, what are you doing here? Get back to work. Mei Ling carefully straps Sex onto the table. When she performs all the restraints as secure and locked, she closes the repair pod door and engages the biometric lock. With all that done, she gives me a thumbs up. Who, me? Thanks. No, not you. Back to work. Sex has been pretty stable ever since Deer reinitialized her NeuroCloud and fixed her frame. So it was Deer that did that. What a dear. However, when I don't give her any commands to follow, she simply stays silent, watching the Elmo dolls and humans go about their daily lives. It makes her seem a lot more harmless, but it also portrays a lack of desire to blend in with the crew. Maybe she's like this as a result of losing most of her NeuroCloud data. Or she's like Voimistina, except half the height. Nah, I like full height Voimistina. For lack of a better way to describe the situation, sex is more akin to an ordinary instance of artificial intelligence compared to the other dolls, unchanging and limited in features, only carrying out inputted commands ad infinitum, and without the means to communicate its own will. That means she can't say no! There is a silver lining, however. Sex is far more stable in both body and mind when compared to Blue Sphere, whom we had run into some trouble with just a few days ago. We acquired some rather unexpected pieces of information the last time Groza hacked into Sex base layer. Back then, I hadn't realized just how important it was, but the explosion that happened not long after it brought that forefront to my mind, providing details that helped me make some predictions regarding Paradius' new research direction, as well as the nature of the 3rd gen dolls. Yo, Kuma, welcome in! Jeez, you're still working on I just fucking started 2K! Shut the fuck up! Is the new event voiced? Yes! It is voiced by me! Right now, I lack leads and means to gather useful information. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a decent amount of intel through sex! 3rd gen dolls, Boojums, the secret behind Helena, and the experiments and conspiracies involving relics. If we succeed, we'll be able to uncover what we need. But we won't succeed because the story needs to last indefinitely until they're ready to shut the servers down. That's right. In this desolate wilderness, this yellow zone hundreds of kilometers away from any and all help, so much has been said and done. I can finally start making a move. Is this a past about sex? Yes, it is. Mei Ling, prepare. As I make preparations to begin, I spot a tiny figure at the corner of my eye, hiding behind a machine. The figure scurries back, seeking to hide itself from my gaze, though it fails to do so completely, leaving a small strip of fabric peeking around the corner. Is that Helena? Wait, is that other Helena? Melanie? Why is Melanie here? I keep forgetting about her. I walk over and yank Melanie from the back of the machine. Melanie, what are you doing here? I was just looking for something that I dropped here. Sure you were. You dropped something? Here? What was it? It was... Melanie stutters, starting and stopping, but can't muster the words she wants to say. Her gaze sweeps from side to side in an almost uncharacteristic manner. Something's wrong. Keeping this in mind, I squat down and pat her head. How to talk to short people. What's wrong? Did you notice something strange? Not even a whisper leaves her lips in the face of my question. Alright, Melanie. You'll have to leave the maintenance room if you're unwilling to tell us. We're gonna start up a neural cloud scan program soon. An unaccounted heat source will disrupt the scan data if it remains in the room. Hold on! Is that a sex doll? This is a literal, actual child. Macho cat, no, please. Holy shit, man. Like a... God damn! Not a bot. Can confirm, not a bot. Actual child, please. My guy! There are limits! I have to stay. Why? She won't tell us what. I raised my communicator, I hardly know her, to my ear. Cell phone, come to the maintenance room and take Melanie away. Oh no, she's gonna throw a tantrum. Commander, wait. I just wanted to stay and confirm something. About Miss Sex! You're too young to be saying that. About sex! I guess we're doing that conversation with her already. I guess those limits have been raised or some shit. I don't fucking... There are a few things that I want to confirm. Could I stay here and observe the scan results with you guys? I'll tell you everything once I confirm what I need to. That's not sussy at all. Melanie seems to be highly interested in sex! Sneaking glances at the repair pod, even as she talks to me. I think they phrased this story on purpose. Oh my god. Please! No! The Star of Day. No! No! God! Her behavior at this moment reminds me of something. Right. Melanie mentioned it when we ran into sex back then. I knew it. That's a regular ass star! That's not the Star of David! That's a normal fucking star! My guy! No! You what? Have you seen her before? Not this one, but she looks a lot like the ones I saw before. That's a pentagram. She is fucking satanic? It is upside down. And she is technically, spoiler alert, a test tube baby. So, maybe. She also has signs of that fusion. Ayo, Metroid fusion? Do you know what these signs of fusion are? They're from Boojum extracts. They show signs like this after fusion. How do you know that? That's right. Sex started self-repairing at the end of that conversation. And it seems that Melanie and Helena's proximity to Blue Sphere had allowed her to break free last time. Maybe she really does know something critical. A look at Sex! Now asleep in the repair pod. Then back at Melanie. I wish I could watch this, but I can't stay. The VOD will be up. Don't worry, you're not gonna miss too much. And this event is free and live right now if you play the game. If you don't play the game, then, well, don't worry. We'll cover the whole thing. Alright, you can stay. She has been granted staying permission. I look at my Mei-Ling and give her a knowing glance. But as a reminder, the maintenance room is Mei-Ling's territory, so everyone, including me, must follow her instructions when we are here. You must follow her every command to the letter if you wish to stay here. Understood? Here! I mean, most kids love Santa. My guy! Yo! I know, I'll either watch the VOD or read it myself. Depends on how lazy you feel. Okay, what is more lazy? Watching the VOD or reading it yourself by setting it to auto mode? Like, I actually don't know. Doing what I did. No! 2K, no! Yeah, good girl, if you want to stay here, little Melanie. Wow. She's like 1 inch shorter than you, with the fucking going to your head. Jeez. I'll be a good girl. Sheesh. She's locked in. Having it on as a radio in the car, then it is an audiobook. I like to view most VTubers and streamers as radio tubers, where you set them either on second, third, or audio only monitor. Because that's kind of the point. Look, I have to keep up the speedrun image up, especially since he took world record for Paperman again. 2K, how many games do you have world record in? It's at least 3, right? Great. And let us begin. Let's go. Okie dokie. The instant I issued the order, several pieces of equipment hummed to life in unison, filling the maintenance room with their overlapping droning. Definitely more than that. Shit. My claim to fame? I was the world record speedrunner for Kamiko for the Nintendo Switch for 2 days. Now the record is less than half my time. Speed folded. The dolls, still scattered across the maintenance room moments ago, immediately gather, taking up tight formations to guard this prominently displayed repair pod. Hello, Helen. Helen, please connect to the Elmo Cloud and monitor the data stream coming out of Sex NeuroCloud in real time. Understood. Kukla, please lead 404 in shielding any potential interference signals in the area. This will ensure the integrity of the data source. Got it. 404, come with me. Monitoring and defenses are all arranged and accounted for. All that's left is... God damn it, Dandelion. By the way, Ness, in another attempt to show you something that may result in the loss of your funds, Dench Attack has recently released, and I have no intention of getting it right now. Oh my. Why'd you suddenly yell when it was my turn to be addressed? Are you fucking reading my thoughts? Excuse me? A holographically projected figure yawns herself into existence, accompanied by a lazy complaint. For games on SRC, Speedrun C, 8 gay, holy shit, like 12 world record, wow. Another 2 to 4 games that you never bothered making bruh. This guy, he is John world record holder. Oh, speedrun.com, I should have known that. That makes sense, that baseballs. I didn't know it was called SRC, but now I do. Very cool. Which is, I should have known that because I have an account there. You know, Commander, wouldn't it kill you to use words like please or could I trouble you with something when talking to me every once in a while? I know NES speedrunners have dozens of world records, and they probably have hundreds of them at some point in time, bruh. You ever the more important world record though? The Cat in the Hat PS1? Bruh. Go on, do it. Do we have to? We didn't even give you a ring yet. Do you even have a ring that I could put on you for marriage purposes? I don't think I've ever seen your body. Shit. Yeah, that sounds kind of weird out of context, but I've only ever seen her digitally, but not, like, physically in the game. Like, bruh. She's literally Joy from Blade Runner. I hardly know. For some reason, I can't get the words out of my mouth. Oh no. Including the unbeatable 0-time platoon record shit. Put dust on a specific pin, turn on the console, and instant credit screen. Yo! A frame 1 speedrun? That is probably the best speedrun, even if it's a physical exploit. That's a genuine exploit. Yo! I like that. That's pretty good. Commander. We refuse. I'll do it next time for sure. I love how we don't bow to her shenanigans. Even in the fan art that I see of her, we're still not bowing to all of her goofy shenanigans. Mailing's already started up the NeuroCloud data monitoring equipment. We're in a hurry, so let's just start excavating past data. Oh dearie, the one time I want to be spoiled by you, I get so coldly ignored. Despite her half-serious, half-joking complaints, the data on stream on the display shows that Dandelion has already broken through the firewall within 6 NeuroCloud data. Right now, she's using a stable data module within level 2 as her anchor as she descends. Soon, her voice comes through my earpiece. As expected of a 3rd-gen doll's frame, looks pretty sturdy. Wouldn't you agree, Melanie? She's locked in, she can't hear you. Oh no, she has one earpod in! Melanie furrows her brow, but she shows no objection. Looks like we won't have to worry about any blue sphere tier issues happening. Ah, indeed. Though I have to say that whoever designed the NeuroCloud structures of 3rd-gen dolls is quite the malicious genius. You can tell that just from residual data? Of course I can. I just finished a full scan of her neural space and tidied up her data structure a little. Based on the arrangement of data, you can clearly see that the designer gave these 3rd-gen dolls plenty of room to grow without restraint. They even have no forced base layer personality settings. The kicker is that they have some kind of rule embedded into them that even I am scarcely equipped to fully decode. I like that, actually. Holy shit. They're like a blank slate that are free to grow how they please. Unfortunately, now the real-world parallels are kicking in, and I'm liking it slightly less. What I can conclude is that the stronger a 3rd-gen doll's NeuroCloud grows, the more she becomes bound by that rule. Yet she herself won't realize its influence or interference. The analogy I shall pose is a human forced to wear an invisible cliche. That can't be cliche. Twice? This must be one of those ancient clothings that were used as a fashion statement, but also a torture device or some shit, like a corset. I don't fucking know. They feel the pain, but they cannot determine what exactly is tearing, digging into their flesh as they persist. All they can do is live on, coexisting with the pain. Insert that Ryan Gosling image of how do you manage the pain, and it's like a long list of medicine options, and the only one checked is at the bottom. I simply live with the pain. I originally thought this implementation was intended to limit their dangerous capabilities, or restrict the targets of their hostility. For example, like preventing them from attacking the conglomerate. But the currently existing 3rd-gen dolls all exhibit very different personalities, so I can't say what this rule actually does without asking the developer themselves. Still, judging by this elaborate, intensive NeuroCloud design that doesn't actually improve performance in any meaningful way. What the developer of the 3rd-gen dolls wants to create wasn't some novelty. They desired neither a tool nor a superweapon. It can also be surmised that they are unlike Persica, who holds an idealized version for the future dolls. The developer of 3rd-gen dolls. Could it be Teacher? I hardly know her. What's wrong, Melanie? Have you met someone like that before? Melanie rubs her hands nervously, seemingly hesitating about something. I just heard a little bit of conversation. When one of those third-gen dolls was brought to the lab, teacher once said that I couldn't make out exactly what she was saying, but that third-gen doll called her mother. Not to brag or anything, lady, but I have a mother too. Father and mother again? Those Paradius freaks really love playing house, don't they? The words father and mother carry a lot of weight to humans. But dolls have no such concept by default, unless it gets added to their base layer. At most, they might have a special level of respect for their creator, like the AR team. So you're saying, those dolls were designed to be their children? I already said they have no base layer personality settings, you know? Whatever the case, it's likely that the doll herself feels as though she needs a mother. Not it! After Dandelion finished that sentence in a thoughtful tone, she continues to dive further in order to break through the level 3 base layer restrictions. Leaning against the control panel, I find myself dwelling on her words. A chaotic mother, huh? The vision that dolls were designed to fulfill was to assist humans in their work. An expectation was thereby set upon their creation, namely that they were to make things more efficient. Thus, their emotions, free will, pain, instinctual fears, and so on, were deemed irrelevant by the world. Hey yo, we're trying to make the ultimate human, so let's make them inhuman, let's go. But the legendary doll designers of our era, Persica for example, built upon that foundation, sculpting her own ideals on how dolls should be. Gradually, dolls became to be regarded by humans as equals, or at least something resembling them. I once assumed that the designer of 3rd-gen dolls, like her predecessors, simply wanted to create better, finer, stronger dolls. If not, then why would she... Ayo! All the base layer restrictions have been removed. Commander, you ready to receive this torrent of data? I turned my gaze towards Helen. She has already connected her data cable to the Elmo Cloud, with faint blue flickers of light dancing across her visual modules. Let us proceed. The hum within the maintenance room sharpens to an ear-piercing pitch. Even though Sex Neural Cloud was completely wiped, a considerable amount of residual data remains. As Mei-Ling works busily at her interface, my eyes follow hers, fixed on the data update log that scrolls in front of our faces. Suddenly, a string of words flashes onto the screen with blazing red, catching my attention. Dandelion's voice soon follows this sudden entry. Hey-ho, Commander! I came across something pretty interesting over here, Zeve. Wanna check a look? What'd you find? I found a strange protocol in the base layer of Sex Neural Cloud data. Protocol? Don't all dolls have those? Whether it's the Xena protocol used by Griffin dolls or the Oatgrass protocol used by Sanguis Fairy dolls. She does have a basic Xena protocol, but the protocol I'm talking about isn't quite the same. How's it different? Don't beat around the bush and leave me hanging in a time like this. Don't be so impatient. It's not often that I run into something I can't quite figure out, you know. I'm getting excited myself. Catching the expression on my face, Dandelion immediately drops her playful demeanor. Alright, let me come up with a fitting analogy. If we say that dolls designed using Hume's theory are kind of a new life form. For example, imagine that Hume's dolls and Persica's 2nd-gen dolls are like animals and plants among eukaryotes? Okay, eukaryotes, while Sanguis Fairy dolls of Lyco's design are akin to prokaryotes. The fuck kind of biology terms are these? This is like one level of reading level higher than what I'm probably capable of. I don't know, maybe I'm just too dumb to understand this. No matter how different they may seem, all possible variations can be classified within the same category: cellular life forms. But 3rd-gen dolls are like a remotely controlled swarm of nanobots. As they congregate, coral into a singular being, they can form a replica of said cellular life. But a replica remains a replica, no matter how real it seems. You're saying that 3rd-gen dolls aren't simply an upgrade to 2nd-gen dolls, but something else entirely? When Deer disassembled Tex in Blue Steer's frames, he didn't seem to find that much of a difference. He's mostly correct on the frames. About 90% of the parts are commercially available. Some modules are high-end and not publicly sold. At most, You wouldn't have been able to afford them in the past, and... oh dearie, I guess you can't afford them right now either, Shut the fuck. The frame recovered from Makosh of the doll called Thea. Visually, she already looks considerably more low-spec than Sex and the others. Seems like a regular elite doll. It appears the conglomerate was being quite frugal with those who couldn't make the cut for 3rd gen status. Including those 2 dolls from Makosh, the defining feature of the 3rd gen dolls is that protocol. Hey there, you're underestimating us. Our income has gone up quite a bit as of late. Out aside, what's so special about this protocol? A 3rd gen doll's neural cloud connects to those complex, high-performance, redundancy-backed modules through the Zener protocol. That much is obvious. But that other protocol, under the constraints of the rule I mentioned earlier, translates the neural cloud signals into nerve impulses. Said impulses communicate with an in-frame hub that controls Boojum cells, thus forming a neural network that is more efficient even than the human body. Well shit! The strange power and properties of 3rd gen dolls all come from this protocol, which controls the frame's Boojum cells via the central hub. That which is certain at the very least. That kind of power sure beggars belief. Aside from that, unlike the neural cloud, that hub provides something more like, how should I put it? Instinct, or reflex. That hub determines the doll's actions, and its priority is nearly on par with, or even exceeds, that of the neural cloud. Oh no. Oh no. Anyone that's done my wife's lore, she develops an instinct, like a reflex, that a doll shouldn't have, like acting before they process or think. Is my wife actually 3rd gen? Does she have Boojum cells? Did I just give myself a yellow zone STD? On the flip side, it has no capability for reasoning. It can only handle basic actions, so it can't replace the neural cloud. Oh, okay, that's good. However, the information that a 3rd gen doll gains as she grows, along with her internalized thinking, all of it feeds back into that hub through this protocol. So the hub itself will grow alongside the development of the neural cloud. What it eventually becomes is hard to say at this point. So that's how it is. Did you remember something? Melanie thinks for a moment, but ultimately shakes her head. I haven't managed to recall everything yet, but I think Miss Dandelion is right. Hearing Melanie, Dandelion tilts her head to smile sweetly at me. What do you think, Commandy Poo? Oh my fucking god, I had to read that. Want me to decrypt this protocol and see what's inside? You might just find what you're looking for in there. Maybe. Faced with Dandelion's obviously insightful, tempting tone, I think for a moment. There's no way things can be that simple. So what are the risks of decrypting this? That, I don't know either. After all, this is the first time I've ever had a chance to get this close to a 3rd gen doll. But you've always had wonderful luck, Commander. Things will surely work out in the end, even if we do run into trouble. Don't call me Shirley. This trouble you so lovingly foreshadow isn't going to be something you bring our way, right? Why would I do that? Haven't I been assisting you so diligently ever since I joined you? How could I possibly have any ill intent? Stare blankly at Dandelion's eyes. There, I see round pupils of perfect clarity and childlike innocence. If I were pissed as a fart, I immediately send out a message through the elbow's voice communicator. Pissed as a fart. What? What does that even mean? Kukla, prepare to step up the electromagnetic shielding and conceal Elmo's equipment signals. Rosa, please lead Team Groza in setting up a defensive perimeter around the Elmo. Don't let any suspicious heat sources slip past. Understood. Understood! After that, I assign Monsoon Squad, Zakero Squad, and several other squads to deploy at our weak points. Wait, yes, the game said it, you missed it. Dandelion watches me with a mildly offended expression throughout the deployment process. Oh my! Commander, do you really not trust me? Why would you think that? I trust you very much, of course. Springfield, please bring the others still in the crew deck over to help Helen. Right, and Mailing, while you're at it, activate the Elmo Cloud's protective barrier as well. It's because we trust you that we're doing this. Alright, you may proceed. Yes, sir? Dandelion raises an eyebrow before vanishing once again in a huff. The indicator lights on the equipment flicker. My gaze is fixed on something beyond all those lights. I look at Sex inside the repair pod, whose eyes are shut, as though in deep slumber. I personally witnessed another third-gen doll, Igloo, transform into something resembling a Boojum. Let's not do that again on the first level, please. Does that mean that Sex has the potential to become a Boojum as well? Now that we've come this far, that question must be answered, no matter what. Seconds and minutes pass without a word from Dandelion. It appears that even the likes of Dandelion won't have an easy time decrypting a third-gen doll's neurocloud data. All I can do is wait patiently as the clock ticks by. Clock is ticking! Click, clock. Melanie's eyes remain fixed on Sex immobile frame inside the repair pod, as if making sure she was truly hibernating. Melanie, you had something on your mind. Does it have anything to do with what Dandelion said earlier? It does. Earlier, Miss Dandelion mentioned the Boojum hub of third-gen dolls. I'm not sure if I'm right about this, but recently... No. Ever since you guys came back from... I've been sensing some kind of intermittent pulse. And those pulses felt like what I sensed. Melody shrinks and shudders, seemingly recalling her past experiences. When I was in that laboratory, what I felt back then felt quite similar. Back then, teacher once mentioned that this method is a must for cultivating the Grail. I've heard that term before. In Groza's old report regarding Sex, it was mentioned that third-gen doll researchers once addressed Sex as the Grail. Ayo, Ness, next time I make your Tokyo iced tea premix, should I use that overproof rum you have? Is that even a question? Is that even a question, dude? You know the answer. You and I are on enough of the same wavelength that whenever we ask each other a question like that, we already know the answer, man. Come on now. Also, that is a nice ABV. But there wasn't enough evidence to determine whether this codename referred specifically to Sex or all third-gen dolls. I returned to my earlier line of thinking. At first, I thought that third-gen dolls were created as either Paradius needed special combat units powerful enough to replace the Nidos, or because the conglomerate wanted to produce a valuable commodity. But it is difficult to mass-produce the kind of Boojum technology used by third-gen dolls. Although they may be elite in many sense of the word, they cannot become weapons to use in the tide of war. Combined with what Dandelion mentioned regarding their neuroclouds, I've developed a new hypothesis. That the third-gen dolls were made to bring Paradius one step closer to the relics, and I'm about to break. So yes, coupled with swapping the Jin for Everclear, it's basically its own tier of AMF, while still being a Tokyo iced tea. It's the Sayonara, Pee-wee Herman. You know the one. The incident supports this. Paradius still hungers for the power that the relics hold. Elena and the others were created for that very purpose. But why are they using dolls for it? Why have them be under the command of the conglomerate? They risk getting killed or captured. What reasons could they have for making all these moves? Whoa! She's close. Commander, this is bad. I love Pee-wee Herman's disappearing act. God damn it. Melanie suddenly grabs my sleeve as I try to piece these clues together, looking at me with a panicked expression. What's wrong? The neurocloud scan. We need to stop it now! I just thought of a possibility. Anyway, if we keep going, we might be discovered. Discovered by whom? Could it be the ones who created you? Before Melanie can answer, Ku Klux's anxious voice comes through my earpiece. Commander, 4-4 just picked up an abnormal signal. The instruments indicate that the source is in Prague. Prague? Red Zone! Although the display log still shows that decryption is proceeding as per normal, Melanie's warning and Ku Klux's report fill me with a strange sense of unease. Dandelion, can you stop for a moment? It appears that something's happening outside. Dandelion? No response. Helen? Mailing, check what's going on. I'm checking! Okay, Ferrari engineer. Mei Ling's hands fly across the controls at the limits of human speed. She naturally gives me a response after a minute. Commander, remote controls aren't responding. I'm going to forcibly cut Miss Helen's connection to the cloud now. As Mei Ling pulls down the lever, Helen's connection to the Elmo cloud gets severed with a sharp zzz. I quickly rush forward and catch her before she can fall to the ground. Held snug in my arms, Helen slowly opens her eyes. Oh man, are you alright? What happened in there? During the decryption, that abnormal neurocloud data Miss Dandelion mentioned suddenly began to multiply chaotically. It's multiplying like a virus right now. If we don't stop it quickly, all the data on the Elmo, and even everyone's neurocloud backups will be... Miss Dandelion is currently attempting countermeasures, but I'm afraid she won't be able to hold out for long. That escalated extremely quickly. We need to get in and help her. Alright, let's get to work. Springfield, yeah, please get Zucchero Squad and Monsoon Squad to connect to the cloud and assist Dandelion. Understood. Commander, I can still help. But the abnormal data is buried in a well-hidden place inside Zack's base layer. Without me leading the way, getting there could take a very long time. I'm worried it might take too long. You're taking too long! The urgency in Helen's eyes is unmistakable. All I could do then was nod in response. Alright. God damn it, those are huge. Yes, she carries a very huge responsibility on her shoulders. Don't push yourself. Don't worry, Commander. I'll bring everyone back safely. Helen smiles as she gives my hand a firm squeeze, and then turns and reconnects the transmission cable to a port on her frame. Once Monsoon and Zucchero finish their pre-connection preparations, Mei Ling lights up the display panel before opening the connection interface. Alright everybody, let's do it! Here we go! Alright, who was in the cutscene? Let's get rid of my normal team. Springfield was here, Jahui was here, Helen was here. Okay, so we got Helen. Where's Jahui? There she is. And let's go ahead and grab Sex. 2K has Sex. Taters has better Sex. Holy shit. Taters maxed out as Sex. Let's go. Okay, let's do it like this. Very cool. Helen should always go last. Alright, Sex time! I like girls that carry a huge responsibility. That's all of them? Like, bruh, that's just how it works. Carrying an arm behind your back like that, I do that. That's how I walk sometimes. It's something, I guess. I do, I don't know what I do. It's bonk. Oh shit, we're almost at the first Bezos break. Very cool. We win. And when we come back, we'll go gambling and take a Bezos break. That was easy. Ellen is the first to open her eyes after a long wait that had me on the edge of my seat. One by one, the other dolls who connected to gradually assist gradually wake up as well. In any case, thank you, everyone. It's been quite the struggle. Thank goodness! Everyone's alright! And we also managed to save the data! Mei Ling slips back into her chair and exhales long and thoroughly in relief. Looks like the issue has been successfully dealt with for now. Everything okay? Who's this? Oh my god, she's got messed up hair. The only thing she's missing is the running mascara. I like this. I like this a lot. A subtle bit of hair ruffling. This is the result of vigorous consensual head pats. Holy shit. That... less is more, fellas. A little bit goes a very long way. I could stare at this for hours, but I'm not going to. I thought I was a goner that time. Your Jenners really are something else, huh? I haven't had this many surprises sprung onto me in so long. Jenner? Looking at Dandelion, who only just recovered from a disastrous failure, I suddenly find it hard to yell at her the way I did earlier. But then I suddenly remember something she said right before the decryption work began. You've always had wonderful luck, Commander. Things will surely work out in the end, even if we do run into trouble. Yeah. Wait, Dandelion. That accident just now. You saw it coming, didn't you? Commander, aren't you giving me a bit too much credit? The Boojum Hub found deep in her base layer. The sudden EMP. Those are all things that happen after, you know. And don't you forget, this is my first time working on a 3rd gen doll. You were in there. How did you know about that? I still have no intention of taking Dandelion's words at face value, but now isn't the time to dwell on it. With that in mind, I turned to look at Melanie, who has now neatly folded herself into a corner. Ayo, can we fold her 7 times? Are you paper? Melanie, you mentioned that someone might discover us just now. Who? Radius. Just a moment ago, I felt something really out of the ordinary. It felt exactly the same as when Helena... I think it was some kind of pulse? I were able to sense Helena then. And the others, our companions, and teach her, too. She would also definitely be able to sense what just happened. So you're saying that if you're able to receive the pulse from the incident, and they might also be able to use that kind of pulse to capture our location? Are we fucking breaking reality again? God damn it. Yes! Sorry, Commander. I should have thought of this sooner. Honestly, I've been occasionally feeling similar pulses the past few days. It feels like someone's trying to use these pulses to sweep my mind. That must have been someone trying to search for her presence. Only I could have stopped it just now. But Sex has already sent out her own pulse. If it really is Teacher behind all this, she'll definitely have a way to find her. It's all happening because I'm too stupid. You're a kid, you're supposed to be stupid. Wait, let me try that again. Melanie's blaming herself for not warning me in time. Though I know the gravitas of this situation does warrant such a full-grown response, she's in no way at fault for failing to realize this is a possibility. Oh cool, she's Fauna. Fauna's not a minor. I hardly know her. It's okay. Ultimately, what we just discussed is mere speculation. But you've done well enough, Melanie. There's no need to blame yourself for something out of your control. Display everything you can think of and any predictions you have. I'll handle the rest, okay? Uh-oh. Bang! Bang! Did Sex wake up? Uh-oh. Just as Melanie is about to speak, I hear a series of tremendously loud collisions behind me. Sex woke up in the pod at some point and is trying to break free of the restraints. Mei Ling, lock down the pod door! On it! Dandelion, check on Sex's neural cloud. Oh, gee willikers. Things aren't looking good at all. You straightened your hair pretty quickly. Our neurocloud data is already in disarray, but now it's a complete mess. I can't extract anything useful from it at all. Then hurry up and figure something out! Yeah. Dandelion tries to restore Sex neurocloud to normal while the latter hammers at the pod door with her fists, having broken out of her restraints. The whole maintenance room is shaken by violent tremors. A visible crack appears on the pod's double-layered reinforced fiberglass windows. Uh-oh. And with the crack comes a release. Sex's muffled voice comes through the comms. Go. What? Must go. I turn up the volume on my earpiece, doing my best to make out what she's saying. Bzz. Must go back to early Hollow Live. Do-do-do. Back to where Mother is. She turned into a bee! That's what the flower is for. Oh shit. Uh-oh, flashbang. A flash of electric blue light strikes Sex in the pod. She collapses limply in an instant. Whew. Finally got that taken care of. I did pretty well, didn't I, Commander? You were fast this time, I'll give you that. If you were 2 seconds slower, Sex would have said what she wanted to say. Aw, thank you for the We'll get it out of her eventually. Dandelion gives me an exaggerated bow. I wonder if this woman's holding a grudge over how I refused to speak politely to her earlier. Noticing the awkward look on my face, Dandelions' grinning holographic projection drifts a little closer. Alrighty, Commander. What I did just now wasn't limited to shocking her unconscious. Okay. Here, take a look at this. A log entry appears on the pod's in-chamber screen. Looking at the orderly arrangement of characters, something suddenly clicks in my mind. These are... coordinates? That's right. It hasn't been fully decoded yet, but data using this kind of encryption can only be coordinates. You mean, you intercepted those coordinates from Zach's chaotic neural cloud data stream just now? Though this string of data only appeared for a singular instant in time, well, from my point of view, it appears in such a conspicuous manner that I couldn't ignore it. What do you even mean? Ah, it's nothing. Anyway, let us now have a joyful time decrypting Miss Grumpy Pants' string of text. Hello, Miss Grumpy Pants. Oh, okay. Well, it's Basil's break time. When we come back, we will be doing more of these. Very cool. Holy fuck. I think I'm gonna use all 3 weeks to do this story. I have way too much going on in my life right now. That said, don't watch the ads. They're gonna play. Let's go 6! Oh, that didn't work. I thought it would work if you just switch up the letters a bit. That's how you go gambling, right? That's fine. Aw, dang it. 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 Aw, purple. Aw, dang it. Okay. That's what happens to fourth monitor content. Hey! Why are you bringing up other streamer drama into my shit? This fucking guy. This God. God damn it, Carl. In a fucking dream. Okay. Here we go. Let's continue the story. We have so much more story to go. Oh my god. This is fine. Raid! We're not raiding yet. One can encounter enemies at any time on the way ahead. Best make thorough preparations. Yes, I can't be friends anymore because you were cheating on us. It's not because I was telling the same joke over and over and never take anything seriously. Also, hold on. You were in their stream first while I'm streaming. Who's cheating on who now, huh? Caught in 4K, got my guy. This guy. This is like that song Escape, the Pina Colada song. He's like, motherfuckers cheating on each other and they find themselves. I'm not a streamer, I'm allowed to. I'm a streamer, I'm allowed to watch people's streams. She's still on the stream start screen, for fuck's sake. What did you just fucking... 2 hours later. Whew. I am a streamer, Doctor. God. I fucking can't with you guys, oh my god. What a tedious and unnecessarily convoluted encryption method. If every cipher in the world were this devoid of aesthetics, I think technology would really be doomed. Cipher? So, what are the results? Dandelion pulls up the map data on the cloud without a word, focusing on a single steadily flashing red dot. Right, it was there. The signal of the abnormal pulse we picked up earlier came from that very same direction. Uh-oh. The coordinates that 404 detected. Signal intercepted from Sex Neurocloud and Pulse Melanie sensed. Everything seems to point to a single location. Could it be that the teacher Melanie spoke of and the mother that Sextons mentioned are all there? Oh, sorry, I said her name wrong. Sex! Mother Sex! The emergence of this led to me what is a faint, distant glimmer as to a lost traveling ship, luring me towards a certain direction at a most perfect time. Should Melanie and my suppositions prove true, then our adversaries have likely pinpointed the Elmo's location by now. On the other hand, we've sifted through and obtained a number of clues about them. The timing's too convenient. Far too convenient to be a mere coincidence. Calling it a trap doesn't seem quite right. Shall we take the initiative? Wait, let me roll for initiative. Let me grab the d20. We roll a 9. Not the best roll for initiative, but we'll make it work. Commander, what do you intend to do next? Let me think it over for a moment. That's what our 9 gets us. I sit down slowly, trying to organize my thoughts. Whether or not this information we've attained is a reliable matter or not, this is our only way forward. Looks like we don't have a choice. A man always has a choice, John Marston. Thus, the question remains, does the Elmo's current condition and combat strength allow me to launch an immediate investigation? Besides that, before I can do anything, I need to ask whether Melanie can recall anything else relevant. Alarms suddenly blare through the Elmo, whereas his voice comes through the comms right after. Commander! Fully equipped, well-armed mercenary forces heading our way. The target appears to be the Elmo. Recon shows roughly 4 to 6 standard squads approaching by light assault vehicles. In addition to standard equipment, they're also carrying anti-tank missiles and machine guns. Commander, please issue your orders. Rosa sounds anxious. I look at the radar. A large cluster of red heat signatures is closing in on the Elmo at high speed. What? Even if our position really did get compromised, they're getting here way too fast. Rosa, can you confirm the enemy's identity? They don't look much different from units we've crossed paths with before. Most likely a group of bounty hunters. Bounty hunters? Out here in a place like this? Since when did these guys start getting their info so quick? Your old intel channels were far faster than theirs, Commander. Well, we did have to add more rounds of patrol recon to the airborne beacon after this. Rosa, you're closest. Take your team and intercept the first wave. Monsoon and Zucchero squads will move to back you up immediately. Will do. 404, work on cloaking the Elmo's radar signature. I'm guessing that they have a rough idea of our location and haven't pinpointed the exact coordinates yet. Understood. Mei-Ling, start the Elmo's engines. We have to get ready to move. Got it. Mei-Ling, run him over with the Elmo. Let's go. This barber I've been going to for 15 years gave me some bad news today. He said he couldn't cut my hair any longer. He said he could only cut it shorter. Damn it, Core. I think you've told me that one before. Okay, let's see. We got Groza. Groza is going to intercept, and Zucchero's squad will intercept, as well as... I've not harassed Ruby with a joke for the stream. Sadly, can't watch her stream today. With Brushship, you're dodging spoilers. Wait, she's playing it. You haven't played Yakuza 0 yet? Yo, it's a good game. You're really gonna like Yakuza 0. I'm just saying. Where's Diane? She's the head of... Yeah, Diane is the head of the Monsoon squad. Let's go. Hooray. Whoa! Wait a minute. Does this mean you don't care about Girls Frontline 2? Because this is spoilers for the story. There are many games that I've yet to play. Yo, same. Like, people have bought me games that I really want to play, but I just simply haven't played them yet because I have a fucking full-time job. What I've been thinking of doing, actually, is on certain weekends when I feel like streaming, just boot up stream and boot up a game and play it. I've been thinking of doing that with all my Steam demos. Just do like a big demo day, like put all of my game demos on a wheel, spin the wheel, and then just try the demos on stream. I think I might do that this winter before the big winter sale. Commander, do you copy? I copy, go ahead. And nope, I don't care about GFL 2 because I have no intention to play it. Good boy. I also tried it for about an hour and did not enjoy it. Why would you try it? Don't try it. We've defeated the first wave of enemies. The forces that remain are currently retreating. However, their retreat seems to be a planned one, orderly and purposeful, which is why I think they have reinforcements waiting to join up with them just a short distance away. I see. I'll then use the coordinates of the firefight as the radius to try and intercept the enemy's comm signals. Find out what they're up to. Adversaries this well equipped wouldn't cut any corners with regards to their cybersecurity. They'll be communicating on encrypted frequencies. I just detected a military relay beacon in their possession. They are made for encrypted communication, but I can still try to monitor the amount of information sent through them. If their reinforcements do exist, those squads must be connecting to the command's unit base station one after right now. Alright, please do so. Don't worry, now that I have Dark Nuts End Zone as your gacha game, I am now locked out of GFL 2. How is Arc Nuts going, by the way? I liked a third of the characters from the first game. Like, my Discord's Jessica Cry emote is from the first game. It's my only Arknuts emote because someone in the server kept joking that it was my Arknuts server because it was when the game first came out. I played the game for like an hour and I was like, nah, no thanks. Ellen springs into action immediately upon receiving my approval. Our monitoring soon produces results. As expected, all comms frequencies being used in the area have at least 2 layers of encryption. It'll take some time to decrypt them. That aside, the relay beacon I detected just now is carrying several times more traffic than it was during the prior battle. It also has over 20 new network nodes added. Holy shit. It's like we got the entire military on our ass, which we kinda do, but that's besides the point. They're about to release a new character, and I spent way too long revamping your factory for the new state of matter. So you, too, play gacha games a little too seriously. A preliminary estimate puts our opponent's reinforcements at around 10 units. That's a lot of folks. Did they up my bounty or something? Our bounty was already wild. A wave of silence washes over the area. The dolls around me all turn to stare at me. Just joking. Rosa, the enemy's reinforcements are too many. Pull back right now and let Monsoon and Zucchero assist you in that. Don't get drawn into a prolonged fight, no matter what. Understood. Springfield? Yeah. Wait! Commander, we won't make it in time. The enemy has already regrouped into a new formation. They're quickly closing in on Team Groza. We had eyes on it as well. Please give us your orders, Commander. We can hold them off for a while, Commander. There's enough time for the Elmo to retreat the safe distance from here. I won't allow it. If we do so, you'll be cut off from the supplies and any reinforcements. These enemies don't look easy to deal with. We need a more comprehensive plan. The Factorio Light gameplay keeps you hooked, but is spaced out well enough not to hyperfixate for days. I'm not getting Factorio for that very reason. But if you don't relocate now, you and everyone else on the Elmo will be at risk of attack. The Elmo's combat echelons have grown to be reliable enough. Although I have to carefully weigh the situation grows as reported, leaving them behind is by no means something I can accept. So then I decide. Let us partake in a rudimentary demonstration of firepower. I understand the situation better now. I'll update our tactical plan. Monster Squad, approach Team Groza head-on from the northwest, executing a feint to draw the enemy's attention. Monsoon Squad acknowledges. Zakero Squad, approach the enemy's flank from the southwest. Identify the weak points formed when the two enemies' groups converged, and strike those points with maximum firepower. Helen will assist you in rapid location targeting. Alright, we copy. As for the Elmo, we'll stay on the outer rim of the battlefield for now and observe. We won't engage in combat unless it's necessary. You don't have much time left to react. Let's begin. 3 squads outside respond to the enemy's offensive at top speed. Reports come in over the comms, one after another. Although the enemy's firepower is immense, the dolls respond to it well under my command, quickly pulling away from their pursuers. Commander, the strike worked on our end. There's some minor disorder along the enemy's rear support. Now's the perfect moment to retreat. Monsoon Squad, what's your status? Team Groza has essentially broken free and is preparing to retreat. However, to avoid exposing the Elmo's position, we'll be retreating via a roundabout route. It will take longer than predicted, but at least the Elmo's safety will be assured. Excellent. Good work, everyone. I'll dispatch teams to meet you all immediately. I'll look around at the dolls standing by aboard the Elmo. Wife! I'm here, Commander. I'm hereby appointing you as my wife! And also temporary captain of the Elmo Rapid Response Squad. Me? That's right. I'm going to consolidate the remaining combat strength on the Elmo into a tactical extraction team. The job will be to escort Groza, Monsoon, and Zuckro back to the squads back to the Elmo safely. I'd like you to lead and command them for the time being. But I only just joined the Elmo. I'm not really... I humbly disagree. From what I've observed of you recently, you've plenty of combat experience and solid team coordination. It places you as the most fitting choice for commanding a temporary task force such as this. Avoid direct conflict. Your top priority is everyone's safety. I understand. Thank you for trusting me, Commander. We'll be focusing on controlling the Elmo, so for now, I'm placing you as second in command for this whole operation. Should something unforeseen happen during the return trip, you may command the others at your discretion. In short, I'll leave the on-the-ground situational judgments up to you. Yes, sir. I will absolutely live up to your trust. If Tacit's settled, Cheyenne departs with Baxter, Quinoa, Sabrina, and Lewis. After that, Mei Ling keeps the Elmo at a safe distance from the combat area, just out of range of the enemy's radar. Mei Ling, once you see everyone break free from the enemy, you can move the Elmo in a little closer. But if we do that, we'll expose the Elmo's position! It's fine. But... We're not far from the red zone. Once we picked up Groza and the others, we can just move the Elmo near the red zone and lie low for a while. If the people chasing us truly are bounty hunters, the bounty they'd earn from my head wouldn't be enough to split amongst them, considering the sheer size of their all-human force. If they follow us into the red zone, what they get individually wouldn't be able to cover the costs of treating radiation-sick nests. It's risk-reward. Frankly speaking, it wouldn't be worth it for them. Then again, if they aren't simply bounty hunters, that's another situation entirely. Outside the Elmo, the sounds of combat screech ever louder and louder. I monitor the status of every doll, nerves taut, ready to react the moment we run into any sudden situation. Commander, we have a bit of a situation here. Hey look, a sudden situation. Something's not right with Nemesis. We're working with the other 3 members of Team Groza to bring her back. Oh right, Nemesis was a Paradius doll. Oh no. What? Nemesis? Wait, is this how we get Nemesis Gnosis? Did she get hurt? No. Team Groza was just about to pull out of combat when Nemesis' frame started going out of control. She can't take part in combat at all. I'm taking over her duties now to provide covering fire for Team Groza. Commander, I may not be able to hold out for very long, but I'll do everything I can to complete the task you've given me. You've done well. Cheyenne, I'm leaving command of the front line to you for now. The girl is on the front line too. Having given Cheyenne her instructions, I turned to Mei Ling. Mei Ling, how far are we from Team Groza? Position on the radar shows that we're about 500 meters away. We're close enough. If we drop our cloak from this distance, the enemy should spot us in no time. Wait, Commander, do you mean? Wife and the others have already finished constructing the landing zone, securing the doll's retreat route. Now all we need to do is divert the enemy's attention to give them a chance to break away. I'm planning to have the Elmo take on that role. But that puts the Elmo at risk of getting attacked again! After all the trouble we went through... Rest assured, all repairs will be funded and approved. No holds barred. All right, if you say so. Mei Ling taps the controls a few times, dropping the Elmo's electronic radar camouflage. The instant the Elmo drops a cloak, the heavy weapons that the enemy has been holding back on waste no time joining the party. Ah! The enemy's firepower was way stronger than I imagined! Commander, can the Elmo really hold out? Whatever the case, start by activating the force field and defense systems. Boom, holy shit. It's like they knew we were coming all along, what the fuck? Shells explode one after another around the Elmo. Thanks to the recently installed anti-air defense system, the Elmo only suffered shrapnel grazes amid the bombardment. Even so, I can't be sure if we'll be able to drive the Elmo into the red zone smoothly after picking up the squads outside. Whatever happens, getting the dolls I sent out back on the Elmo is my top priority at this moment. Commander, grab the handrail! Whoosh! The sound of the coming shell draws closer. After a violent shudder, the shell tears a wound through the Elmo's force field. What follows is yet another round of ear-shattering screeches, signifying steel cutting through the air. Ah! The Elmo's appearance was way too effective! Now everyone should have a chance to retreat. As if to confirm what I've been saying, the Elmo's comms light up one after another with replies from the squads. Commander, the Elmo has drawn away nearly all the enemy's reinforcements. We managed to cut their engagement with Team Groza. Still, are you all able to hold out over there? Don't worry, they can't do much damage to the Elmo right now. Monsoon Squad has also adjusted our tactics. We're carrying out pinpoint strikes against the enemy's harassment units. Alright, you're all doing great! Wife, what's your status? Any chance to pull back? We just successfully linked up with Team Groza. Right now, we're moving towards the landing zone at top speed. ETA 5 minutes to board it. 5 minutes is a long-ass time. Commander, thank you. I'm just glad you're all coming back safe. Yeah, Springfield and Half Moon Soon Squad and Zakira Squad, prepare to retreat. Some minutes later, I see all 4 squads on the radar successfully board the drones, approaching the Elmo's position from the air. Mei Ling, locate the closest red zone coordinates. We have to retreat as well. Great! I've shared our coordinates with you two on the terminals. On the coordinates pop up, the system automatically calculates the optimal pickup and retreat route. Closest red zone is roughly 50 kilometers away. With the Elmo's speed in mind, we should be able to shake our pursuers within an hour if things go smoothly. Commander, everyone outside has managed to disengage. Well done. Mei Ling, beginning the retreat along the route I just laid out. Got it. Everyone stay sharp. I'm turning off the Elmo's defense mode. Once we confirm that everyone's been brought aboard, Mei Ling drops the force field and the vector engine's restrictions. The Elmo begins running at full speed. Ah, fuck! Without the protection of defense mode, the attacks on the Elmo immediately take a turn for the worse. Treading the waist at full speed, the Elmo weaves through shells, falling like rain. Thanks to Mei Ling's exceptional driving, we managed to avoid being overwhelmed by the barrage. But the Elmo can't return fire while moving at full speed. I quickly feel the enemy's attacks becoming more intense. Commander, the enemy's weapons seem much more powerful than what we faced before. We can't dodge them all. Brace for impact. Holy shit. Mei Ling barely manages to swerve away from one shell, but another slams squarely into the side armor. Mei Ling and I are thrown sideways by the shock. What fierce firepower. Mei Ling! I'm okay. But if this keeps up, our escape route will be cut off! As if to confirm Mei Ling's statement, I hear several more shells streak past the Elmo's roof. Was it a dud? The expected shudder never comes. We need to check if we got hit. We should have been hit. Just as I worry that the enemy might be using something worse than ordinary shells, a familiar, reassuring voice comes through the earpiece. Did we make it in time, Commander? Hey yo, did... Voy Mestina? I look up through hearing the sound of rotors over the comms and notice what appears to be a small figure on a circling helicopter, waving in the Elmo's direction. Alva and the gorilla have been away from the Elmo for long stretches ever since the incident. They do it to honor their agreement with the StatSec, operating across the URNC to carry out various missions. To be honest, I wasn't expecting them to be back this soon. Judging by the timing, they might have been handling a mission nearby. You came at just the right moment. Glad to hear it. Don't worry, Commander. Boy Mistina's on the ground, laying down fire on the enemy. Once they've been pushed back, we'll help everyone retreat to the Elmo. We're setting the rendezvous coordinates to the Elmo's receiver now. We've already scouted the area in advance. It's the safest place in the vicinity. Scouted? Mm-hmm. Hard to explain over comms. Let's talk in detail when we meet. We also brought a StatSec specialist with us this time. She'll be able to help us get the Elmo out of danger. Understood. Thanks for the assist. Mei-Ling, once we pull out of the engagement zone, deploy the helipad so that Alva and the others can land. Got it. Yo! Big damn heroes! Coming in clutch! Fucking Sex looking at me like every girl looks at me when we make eye contact. I'm just saying, this is the default expression I'm used to from people in general, really. I understand the effect I have on people. Let's go gambling, and then let's do one more story node, and then we'll probably call it there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for sex. Okay, maybe it isn't. But, you know what? It's fine. We'll figure out the sex as we go along. That everyone's first time is like that. That's how it is. Aw, dang it. 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 Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't sex. This is just default wife. Default wife. It's fine. Hello, default wife with a very funky super bullpup rifle. Like, this is the bullpup rifle. It just looks so silly. Anyway. Close enough to sex. Aw, dang it. We'll take it. We'll take it. That's fine. Let's continue the story. We are 10% there. New friend! Oh boy, I love making new friend. The joining of a reliable friend puts everyone at ease. Hello, Alva! Commander, long time no see. Defy has returned. Boy Mistina is currently intercepting those bounty hunters on the perimeter. Once that's wrapped up, she'll come back with the others. Wait, just her alone? Even with the Elmo support, a single doll, she's just keeping them at bay. Sinbreaker should be able to handle most situations encountered. While we were back at StatSec, we requested the use of some special automated equipment, which can help make up for our shortage in personnel. Combining our strength with wife and the others. Oh right, I should call her your wife now. The squad is also helping the gorilla, so it's only a matter of time before we shake off those bounty hunters. It's a workable combat plan. Thank you for your help. Oh, and this is... Core, get in here! Core, stop lurking! Core, for the first time since the game has released, your cat lady has finally made an appearance! Alva steps to the side, revealing an unfamiliar doll behind her. This must be the StatSec specialist she mentioned earlier, who would be working with us. The beautiful cat with homophobia eyes. So this is the commander, huh? Nice to meet you. The unfamiliar doll gives me a mysterious wink. For some reason, I feel as though I've seen her somewhere before. Do you know me from somewhere? Well, sort of. I've never seen her facial expression. Oh! Alva and Boy Mistina have shown me your file. If that counts as knowing you. Since I'm the one who knows the commander's name. That seems a little unfair, doesn't it? It might be better if I formally introduce myself, perhaps. The unfamiliar doll extends her hand towards me with an indecipherable smile on her face. I am a doll from a Special Operations Task Force under StatSec of the Neo-Soviet Union District. Paditia. StatSec? Paditia. Wait, isn't that name... I realize that Paditia might be the StatSec doll with some connection to Groza. But now isn't the time for that topic. Besides, I still don't know her exact identity. Let's hear what Alva and the others have to say first. My mission this time? Let's see. Is to temporarily serve as Alva and the gorilla's partner, I think. That's right. Paditia has served from StatSec for a long time. Having participated in numerous extreme-risk covert operations, she has proven to be an experienced and highly reliable companion. I studied Panitia carefully. She's a statusec doll who's carried out covert missions. I should be sure that I've never seen her before. So where does this sense of familiarity come from? Oh my! Looks like the Elmo has gained yet another reliable companion. Panitia's gaze shifts onto the holographic projection behind me. Dandelion sizes Panitia up, her expression carrying a meaningful undertone. It is truly an honor to meet you at such a critical moment. This must be Miss Dandelion. I hit the mark, right? You've even heard of me by name. Statusec dolls are really remarkably resourceful. Ability to gather intel is a necessary skill for a statusec doll, after all. You're a senior consultant hired by the URNC government, and the creator of the URNC system's super AIs, Helly and Iffy. Surely you must be aware of this, right? So even my information can be found through statusec's intel network, huh? Looks like I really do need to mind my words in the future. Wait! If those bounty hunters had crazy fast intel on us, and Panitia has crazy intel from statusec, is this just one big con? Is Panitia the mole? Is she gonna betray us? Oh my god, she can't betray us. She's a playable character. Relax. Information about you has not been disseminated in mass. I just happened to obtain some accounts of your exploits through certain special channels of information. That's surprising, but that's how it is. Special channels, huh? Now I really am curious. Just how special are these channels? Are you engaging in humor with me? Sorry, I'm not very good at that sort of thing. But since you are who you are, you must have foreseen long ago that we would meet here, right? I did smell a familiar presence drawing near. I didn't expect that we would meet in this manner. Mere fragments alone, yet they exude such a powerful pull. So this is how fate gets woven together. I'm completely lost, listening to Panitia and Dandelion go back and forth. What sort of cryptic camaraderie are you two partaking in? Unexpectedly, the two of them turned to look at me simultaneously, as if on cue. Nothing. Those two are up to something. Well then. Alva, did statusec assign you a new mission? Correct. I haven't had the chance to disclose our objective to you yet. It's okay if you can't tell me. I trust you. To us, you are already an inseparable part of Team, Commander. Of course you should know. We've been searching for clues related to the incident based on follow-up observations. Although Gerard and Cheeto Egg's plan to activate the relics was stopped, our logistics personnel detected an abnormal electromagnetic pulse during the incident, indicating that something really did happen. Yeah! Something did happen! My memory of remains different from everyone else's. Alva doesn't notice my silence. She continues. So, over our past few months away from the Elmo, we've been searching the yellow zones based on those data signatures. We captured similar signals several times, using them to locate Paradius bases. Are Paradius bases continuously emitting signal pulses resembling relic activation experiments? They are. We destroyed several small Paradius bases deep in the yellow zone based on these clues. So what Melanie keeps feeling are the Paradius bases. We could use that, actually. Every last one of them was conducting Boojum production, without exception. Combined with those records left by our fallen statusec comrades, we can confirm that Paradius is mass-producing Boojums in a deliberate manner, and they are gathering them to achieve some specific purpose. So they aren't making Boojums just to expand their forces. You found anything else? Unfortunately, all we have is some recorded footage. None of the investigators survived. These incidents have caused quite a stir with the URNC. Large-scale operations may begin soon. Miss Nellie and Mr. Kevin encouraged us to pursue our investigation through other channels for now. I remember now. You mentioned earlier that they helped retrofit Boy Mestina's error. I find myself caught in a brief moment of nostalgia upon hearing the names of those two individuals. It's been 10 years. I wonder how they look now. Indeed, we began to contact them more frequently after the Lviv incident. We both believe that these fluctuations are an unusual prelude to something, as the URNC stands now. These matters cannot be made public under the name of Paradius crimes, nor can an investigation be opened on those grounds. So you guys traced those clues all the way here? We did. About 12 hours ago, we detected an abnormal electromagnetic pulse from a nearby red sun. After analysis, we found that it shared a similar signature as the previous pulses. That pulse is the strongest that's been recorded since the Lviv incident. As of that, we applied to Statusec for Emergency Response Authority. This mission required entering the red zone and demanded careful action. Higher-ups dispatched Preditia to assist us, in hopes that we could start investigating the source of the pulse ASAP. We were on our way to the source when we spotted the battle you guys were engaged in. Now that you mentioned it, we did just detect something similar. You picked up on it too, Commander. I gave Alva a brief account of what happened earlier. Abnormal coordinates retrieved from a third-gen doll's neural cloud. So, Commander, you're investigating the third-gen doll you have on your vehicle? I want to find leads on Paradius. Two of you experienced the incident at Lviv with me. You understand the connection between third-gen dolls and Paradius. I do, but... Alva pauses to think for a moment. She speaks again, there's hesitation in her voice. Commander, you should know. Although Voimastina and I have left Statusec, we still collaborate with them due to a great number of unfulfilled contractual terms. So, we have access to certain pieces of internal information. Though its incompleteness might trouble you, I still feel that I should disclose some intel to you. Opinions of you are not unanimous within Statusec, Commander. Is that so? What are they saying? Only in turbulent times would men like him be deemed a hero. In times of peace, such men would be placed under the category of destabilizing factors. That was how that gentleman answered me when I asked. Even though Voimastina, Lorelli, and I have all successfully provided proof of your innocence, it remains a fact that your influence on the world is growing. Hey yo, people are starting to notice me that I exist? That's not good. In a short span of time since the Lviv incident, not only did you help overthrow sex famines of factories in the Yellow Zone, you also signed a collaboration with the up-and-coming Connection Corporation. These developments cannot be concealed. More and more people will turn their attention to you, inevitably. If it were just that, Statusec would be glad to see your influence in the Yellow Zone grow stronger. But when your influence becomes entangled with matters concerning the relics, the dissenting voices grow louder. Other than Helena, the fact that there's a third-gen doll on the Elmo makes it difficult for you and your supporters to keep proving that you are innocent. Statusec may turn a blind eye to certain things internally, but this particular issue is a rather critical one. If our adversaries find a need, they could use this as a pretext to apply far greater pressure. So you're suggesting I let the conglomerate take them back, allowing them to keep helping Paradius? Commander, you should know that we would never suggest as such. If I, Kalina, and the former Griffin dolls who fought alongside you, it's a no-brainer that we trust you. However, within the URNC, such individuals are lacking in number. Which is why that gentleman wishes to better understand your current intentions. As a fugitive wanted by the URNC, I assumed my intentions no longer mattered. No, they do matter. Not just to that gentleman. It matters to me, and to Defy as well. Commander, Angie left us, and it's not because she did anything wrong. There aren't many people like you left in this world, Commander. We can't afford to lose anymore. I know Angie is like most likely dead, like confirmed dead. So why do I think she's still alive? That lady has evaded death more than any US politician. Alva, I understand your concerns, but third-gen dolls are the strongest lead I have. I know this is risky in every sense, but if I let such obstacles make me hesitate, things like the Lviv incident will happen again and again. Whether it's destroying Paradius Labs, investigating third-gen dolls, or the debacle caused in Makosh. I realize that, so long as I do something, there's a possibility that I can improve the lives of those I hold dear, even if it's only by a little. So I want to keep moving forward on this path, whether I'm labeled as a hero or a criminal. These are things I've wanted to do for a long time. Thanks to that warrant from the URNC, my reservations have been completely cleared away. We've already reached the worst case scenario, so why not just go all out? Yo, literally me. This is why I live life like I'm ballin' every day. And as for Angie, whom you mentioned earlier, you could say that the things she once did pushed me to make a decision. Angie did once fall into the dark, before she left us. What was reflected in her eyes was the dawn. Damn. Perhaps I just stubbornly want to bring about the world that she and so many others like her envisioned. And now I feel like I can do far more compared to what I could a decade back. Strange, isn't it? The forces I can call upon now don't even amount to 1/10 of what I had before. Yet still. Commander, to be frank, your words make me happy, but they also worry me a little. Even so, I'm convinced, once again, that Device's choice to follow you was the right one. Thank you. With that in mind, Alpha taps her earpiece. The indicator on her comms module goes dark. She leans in close and speaks in a whisper just beside my ear. Commander, what I'm about to say is just a personal reminder from me. If you intend to investigate or make contact with third-gen dolls and the developer behind them in any way, please make sure Voimastina and I are present as your escort. Why? Statusec hasn't reached a conclusion yet, but our available intel is enough for us to derive an obvious one. That our opponent is unlike any enemy we've faced so far, and the extent of the danger is incalculable. Alpha then turns the comms module back on, picks up a tablet, and projects a set of coordinates on the terminal in front of me. Since both the leads among us point to the same dangerous region, something likely did happen there. Riditia, can you help me adjust the map to the regions that the pulse originated from? Of course I can. I thought you and the commander were going to whisper in private for longer. We're on duty now. Those are just work-related discussions. Yes, sure. I understand. Riditia smiles, then projects a map to the air showing the coordinates. Right here. Inside the red zone, 34 kilometers west of Prague Center. And our objective is clear. Commander, we should now... Alpha's about to say something, but she's cut off by a sudden commotion. Right after the door to the Elmo's ops room opens, Bunny walks in as she argues with dolls beside her about something. Yet the moment she lifts her head, she stops dead in her tracks, as though she just saw a ghost. You! Why are you here? Oh right, Bunny knows Panitia. I look toward Bunny and realize that the you she's referring to is none other than Panitia, who has only just arrived on the Elmo today for the first time. I wanted everyone to have a nice sit-down conversation after everything serious was settled, but from the look on Bunny's face, this is probably not the right moment for that. Bunny, is this the Panitia you've been searching for all this time? Of course! If it weren't for her, I... Forget it. I'm just glad that you're safe. I actually have so many things I wanted to tell you. The Elmo's a wonderful place. From now on, why don't you... Hey, Panitia? Sensing the confusion in Pranitia's eyes, Bunny tentatively calls out to the other doll by name. Have you met me before? No! No! I can't believe they've done this! No! Oh, what a laughter! Oh, no! That seems to be the case. Bunny's about to tear down the entire fucking Statusec base of operations. Through the long silence, Bunny's expression shifts from confusion to displeasure, until, finally, it boils over into a fury that makes her charge forward. There's a limit to how far you can take a joke! I thought that you got hauled out to be scrapped by those doll arena bastards back then! Do you have any idea how worried I was? I was originally planning to thank you properly when I saw you again, but what kind of attitude is this? We were... Hey! You're taking my rep by reacting like that! Bunny grabs Panitia by the collar. Their eyes lock, as though she were trying to dig out memories of herself buried deep within Panitia's neurocloud. The standoff drags on, until a tall figure appears, places a hand on each of their shoulders, and pulls the two of them apart with ease. God damn it, Gorilla. Please do not interfere with status sec personnel on duty. You would be like that. Ah! I'm sorry, Miss Bunny. I didn't have the chance to explain it just now. Panitia suffered damage to her neurocloud in a previous mission. She can no longer remember many things. So, she's not pretending that she doesn't know you. Mission? Neurocloud damage? So you're saying she's with you guys? Mm-hmm. The Dull Arena mission you mentioned was likely one of the incidents that damaged her neurocloud. After Status Sec recovered Panitia, they assigned her only to handle support roles in field missions. Panitia doesn't seem to show any additional emotion in response to Bunny's big outburst. She simply smiles politely. Status Sec doll? So when you did all that in the arena, was it for a mission? But if it was a mission, shouldn't you have looked out for yourself first? Oh right, if her neurocloud was damaged, I can't even ask about it. Damn it. Why? Nemesis is the same too. Y'all make it so hard for me to rest easy. Bunny says nothing more, as if struck by some kind of serious blow, like the bonk just now. She does something unlike herself. She walks to the corner of the room, sits down quietly. Gorilla steps forward and hands me a document. Commander, I've brought back the doll called Nemesis, as you requested. She appears to have returned to normal and is currently undergoing a neurocloud scan in the repair pod. Well, what exactly is going on? Why did Nemesis suddenly malfunction? Rosa, can you describe in detail what happened during the operation? Things were pretty chaotic back then. It started while we were in combat with the enemy. Nemesis ignored several of my orders in succession and didn't respond to me calling her. I assumed Nemesis had been pinned down by enemy fire and sent Bunny to break her free. However, once Bunny got close, she realized that Nemesis seemed different from her usual state. It looked like someone was interfering with her neurocloud. Neurocloud interference again. Zex said the same thing earlier. Recall how, back when we accidentally stumbled into a Paradius religious ceremony, Nemesis had reacted strangely to the proceedings. Nemesis and Zex malfunctioning one after another. Are they both affected because that pulse is caused by Paradius? I want to check on Nemesis. Commander. It'll be alright. If you're really worried about it, stay by my side, okay? Understood. Rosa follows behind me as we pass through the corridor and enter the maintenance room. Nemesis appears to have regained consciousness. She's undergoing a scan under Mei Ling's guidance. Mei Ling, how is she? Doesn't seem like there's anything unusual going on. Miss Helen helped me too, but still, I don't think we found the cause of the malfunction. Nemesis, how are you feeling? She can't speak normally! Right, I forgot to call Bunny over. Thinking back on Bunny's state right now, maybe it's better to leave her alone. Surely I should be able to understand Nemesis a little after watching Bunny translate for so long. Still myself and try speaking with Nemesis directly. Nemesis, did you sense something while fighting the enemy earlier? A flower swaying in the breeze, gathering, parting, both are as haze. I like how you can kind of pick out what she's trying to say if you just look through the metaphors. Why are you bonking me? Why? For what purpose? Nope, didn't understand a thing. She's saying that she felt herself being summoned by some kind of decisive fate. What the fuck? How do you understand? Huh? Panitia? You can understand what Nemesis is saying? Yeah. I do have this rather unexplainable ability. It does come in handy every now and then. Wouldn't you agree? It's a very valuable ability. Status Sec sending you to assist Defy really was the right call. You are far too kind, sir. Still, showing off unexpected abilities at critical moments is something I quite pride myself on. In any case, since Miss Bunny's mood hasn't recovered yet, is it alright if I temporarily serve as a translator for this lady? Translator, but I need it sooner. After a difficult round of questioning, I finally managed to learn something about Nemesis' condition through Petitia's translation. Nemesis explains that she lost control of her frame earlier due to some kind of intervention. M200 intervention? No, I trust my wife. She vaguely sensed the same thing at the exact moment when Sex lost control. Back in combat, however, the intervention suddenly grew stronger, directly causing her to lose control of her frame. As for what this intervention actually means, Nemesis does not make it clear. From her descriptions, it appears that she herself only understands it vaguely. She just calls it fate, or some kind of behavioral logic that cannot be found anywhere within her neural cloud. These strings of phenomena form an interwoven network of clues, enough to suggest that something worth discovering is hidden deep in the red zone. Looks like we do have to head into the red zone to investigate. Oh boy. I gather everyone in the ops room. Everyone, I'm preparing to head into the red zone for a mission. Although it's just recon work, our current situation is fairly complex. We may encounter things that we've never had to deal with before. I'll be drawing up a list of those participating on this mission, based on capability, but also based on your willingness to participate. It's been a while, but this will be the first time we conduct a mission inside the red zone. We'll need to make proper preparations for protective gear and comms equipment. Mailing, take inventory of what equipment's left in the warehouse, and there's no need to go through such trouble. Our helicopter is carrying enough protective gear and comms equipment. Hey, yo? Commander, would you be willing to let us join your task force? Of course, that'd be wonderful. Then we'll inventory the equipment for this mission. Please inform me of the team size and equipment specifications in a short while. Alright, then let us set our goal as return to the Alamo before sunset. Let's get started. Yo! This is not what I was expecting from the story at all. I was expecting some haunted house neural cloud shenanigans. But enough about that. I'm getting tired, and I've been streaming for like 2 hours. Holy bajoli. Thank you guys for coming to my Girls Frontline stream. We'll be doing more of the same tomorrow. You'll be bonking me more of the same tomorrow. Wow, bonk, very cool. Understandable, have a great day. Who's online? Who can I raid? My favorite streamer, Raz, is online playing Rune Factory 3. We're gonna say hi to Raz. She's very fun and very calming. After something like that, I think saying hi to Raz is a good play. Yes, I'm done. I am done for today. We will continue with the sex tomorrow. Boo? What do you mean, boo? Listen, I stream, okay? Maybe not much or frequently. Listen. I am balanced as well as I should be, okay? You want to know one of my favorite video games? Bonk's Adventure? Is that a real Jamie, pull up Bonk's Adventure. Oh my god, you're right. 1989. Fuck, you weren't kidding. Shit. Yo, it's for the Game Boy! God! It's for the Super Nintendo! Let's raid into Raz. Raid Razaldia. Raz is playing Rune Factory 3 Special. I played Rune Factory 4 for like 2 hours and kinda got into it, but didn't really get into it. But it's fine. Very cool. She's been streaming with like most of her model off screen and with her just like head peeking out the corner. I think it's kinda cute, honestly. So why don't we go ahead and say hi to Raz? She's very calming and chill. A nice unwind after my loud and hectic streams. I've cheese collabed with her twice, and I even got to meet her at Off Guy, spoiler alert. See ya, boy, goofy fuck. No, you. I'll catch you all tomorrow for more Sextons!